So you want the real deal, right? You want to know how much it's going to cost for you to purchase a home for the first time. This is Ayana Brito, broker owner of Shoreline Properties, and I'm going to break it down for you in a quick video. When you're buying a home, I'm sure you've heard, hey, you need 20% down. You've seen ads where it's showing 0% down, and you want to know, where do you fall in? What's the real deal? The truth is, it can. You can put 0% down and you can put 20% down, but let me break it down for you. Okay, so when you're purchasing a home, the first thing you're gonna need is what is called an escrow deposit. Your escrow deposit is similar to a rental deposit, okay? It ratifies your purchase contract. It's not needed immediately right away, but once you submitted your offer and the seller signed off saying, hey, your offer is accepted, we want to work with you, within 3 business days, you need to have that escrow deposit. So how much is an escrow deposit, Ayana? So an escrow deposit in our area is usually about 1% of the purchase price, but it is, don't freak out on me, it is negotiable, people. It is negotiable. This is a negotiation between, if you have a bomb realtor like me, this is a negotiation between the buyer and the seller using their agents, of course. So starting at 1%, so if you're buying a home at $500,000, you're looking at about $5,000 at least for your escrow deposit. Can you come in with a $2,500 deposit? Yes, I do it all the time, but we're just going over like industry standards. All of that is negotiable. Now let's say you only have $100. That's kind of iffy on doing an escrow deposit because that's your skin in the game. That's telling the seller that you are a buyer that can close on their transaction. All the seller's interested in is that you can close, right? At the end of the 30 days or 21 days, they're gonna get their money so they can move on. That's the seller's main focus. So when we're doing escrow deposit, we wanna let the seller know that we are a viable buyer. We can close on this transaction, okay? So let's say we put our escrow deposit in and we're in escrow. The next cost is going to be your inspection costs. So inspections are things like your roof inspection, your whole house inspection. They're going through the whole house with a fine-tooth comb. Does the doorknob work? All of that stuff. And your termite inspections. And I'll go into another video later on exactly what those inspection covers, but at least those are the basics. And if you want other inspections like mold inspections, or maybe you're not sure about the foundation of the property, you want to get a structural inspection done, those are additional costs. So let's just say you're getting a roof inspection done, you're getting a termite inspection and a whole house inspection done. Let's say those costs are between $700 to $1,000. Now, those are area specific, meaning like if we get out of Solano County and we're in Contra Costa County, the cost can go up a little bit more. And same thing with Alameda County. The cost can go up a little bit more. The providers just charge a little bit more because the purchase prices are higher in those areas. Okay, so we have our escrow deposit covered of 1%. We have our home inspection, all of our inspections covered, about $700 to $1,000, so that you're covered there. Our next cost is our appraisal. So what is the appraisal cost? The appraisal cost, the bank is gonna send a professional out to tell them that whatever you're offering as the purchase price of the property, that is the value of the property. They're not just gonna lend you $400,000 or $500,000 based on your word or my word. They're gonna send out an appraiser, a third-party appraiser, to make sure that that property is valued at our purchase price. And that does come at a fee. So your appraisal costs can depend on the type of loan you're doing. An FHA loan, VA loan, conventional loan. So let's just say about $600 or so for an appraisal if you're looking at a standard property, anywhere from $400,000 to $600,000. If the property has a higher square footage, higher value property, we're going into millions, then the appraisal is going to be more than that. But we're just working on an average pricing for our area. The next cost that we need to go over is closing costs. costs. Now, I know that, we're thinking, what are closing costs? And I'll have to go into more detail on breaking down all what closing costs are. But closing costs are really the cost of your loan. So we're talking about if the lender has points, your appraisal fee could be included in that depending on the lender. Usually because it's a third party coming out to appraise your house, you pay your appraisal up front. The lender will collect your credit card information and wants you to pay the appraiser up front. It just depends on the lender that you're working with. And I have lots of referrals of great lenders that I work with. So your closing costs again. So that's including all costs to purchase, to close the property. So we're talking your taxes are included, real estate taxes prorated are included, your hazard insurance are included, title company fees are included, costs to sign your loan docs are included. So what's the bucket for closing costs? A good estimate for that? We're talking about maybe 3% of your loan amount. So 3% of your loan amount. If we're talking about a $400,000 loan, we're looking at about $12,000 for your closing costs for that to be covered. If this is a competitive property, it's summer, we have multiple offers, it's going to be really hard for you to get closing costs from a seller. This time of the year, we're seeing that we are getting closing costs accepted. And I always ask for closing costs, right? So it's possible that you could come in with 0 closing costs. It just depends how we negotiate the deal, okay? And the seller's situation. The next cost you're gonna have is your down payment. Now that's gonna be predicate on what loan you are going to use. Let's say we live in a military town and you're VA. Well, we all know, thank you for your service. My husband served in the Army. We used our VA loan because it's 0% down when we first bought our property. And you can reuse your VA loan multiple times. The fee is higher, but you can use it multiple times and that's 0 down. If you're using an FHA loan, it's about 3.5% down. So in a $400,000 loan, that's $14,000 down. There are programs that are available in our county, in our area, that can let you have 0 down payment or very close to 0 down payment. And those programs, I love 0 down payment, right? So if you're trying to get down payment assistance, the credit score requirement is going to be a little higher for those programs, and the debt to income ratio is going to be a little bit lower. But at least you know that's available, that you can have a 0 down payment. I've closed properties where we've had 0 down payment, 0 closing costs because our seller paid for our closing costs. And if that's the case, our buyer got their escrow deposit back because there's no cost to them. Your escrow deposit is applied towards your down payment or your closing costs. So if you have no down payment, you have no closing costs, you can get your escrow deposit back. Now, if you have a down payment to pay and you still have closing costs remaining, your escrow deposit is going to be applied to those costs. So it's not just a free $5,000 you're giving a seller. No, that deposit is just saying you have skin in the game and it's going towards your costs to help you close escrow at the end. So I hope this was helpful to give you an idea of what it can cost you to purchase a home. Okay, this is Ayana Brito, your broker here in Solano County. Any questions, reach out to me. I'd be happy to help you. Talk to you soon.